This man is not just a killer, he is a ghost in human skin. All he does for a living is to assassinate his target without traces to get paid. He's the kind of assassin that the government whispers about, the type that leaves no second chances. No matter how untouchable the target, be it a top politician or a heavily guarded official, he always finds a way without a blink. And do you know what the lifestyle of a hitman looks like? They are men who don't easily get noticed in a crowd. They are quiet and highly calculating professionals. They barely keep the luxury of a love life just to avoid compromises. So sex workers warm their beds whenever they want pleasure. Timini is the deadly hitman, but he was about to sign out with one more assignment to carry out before leaving the game. He told Tony, his right-hand man, to keep track of his last target so he could pay him a last visit. On the flip side is Lillian. She is a sex worker. She had an appointment as planned with her best friend, Oruror. Lillian promised to lend her 800,000 Naira to help save her mother in the hospital who was diagnosed with liver disease. Although Oruror never knew the plan on ground, Lillian wanted her to meet with one of her high-paying clients so she could sell her body to raise a reasonable amount of money to solve her needs. She was flabbergasted with what she saw when she found out her friend's intentions. She insulted the old man who tried to interfere in their discussions as a shameless old father and walked away. The next day, Oruror came to meet her friend. She apologized for her rude attitude the last time, even though she was hurt with how she was treated. But she needs the money. Lillian told her that she can only help her on the condition that she help her get a good-paying client. At this time, Timini had signed out of the game as an assassin, but awaited the call of Tony to assassinate his last target, which was personal to him. Instead, he got a phone call from his boss to carry out one last assignment. He must assassinate a politician. He was sent the information he needed on where to find his target, and the rest was handled. Lillian and her friend also came to the club to hook up with the big boys. Lillian spotted the guys and could weigh their pockets out of her experience in the business, so they went to sit with the guys while he still had eyes on his target. Some hours later, they all came out together. Timini still kept his gaze on his mission. He followed through to his hotel and down to the reception to know his room number. Timini acted like the room rates were high, so he changed his mind to go back to his house instead. He took her to his house as they both went to his bedroom. Oruror had a deep thought of what she was about to get into as a first-timer in the street. She promised herself that this will be the first and last of it. She woke up the next morning but couldn't find Timini. He left a note that he would be right back as he had gone out to execute his mission. The politician happens to be into men, he assassinates his target, and also the young man who tried to make an attempt. He came back home to find Oruror in his kitchen making breakfast. The first impression already showed that she is a sex worker, so he told her to go get her bag and leave his house. Timini gave her some money for her services as she was about to leave. He saw a difference unlike other ladies, so he offered to have breakfast with her. Every man wants to know why a lady chose to sleep with men for a living when he tends to find her attractive. But no man wants to believe that a woman goes into prostitution out of a condition because she can find better means to life. Oruror opened up about her mother's health as the reason she found herself in his house. She felt humiliated with his condescending words and left. Timini never knew the trouble he got himself into this time. The young man he killed together with the politician is the son of one of the most dangerous and influential cartel bosses in the country. He paid Ogidi to find the killer of his son. Oruror got some money with the help of her friend to commence her mother's treatment while she was still trying to figure out the remaining bills for the surgery. Timini got a call from Tony that they needed to see. They met at their usual place to tell him that there was an error on the last operation. The good news was that they were able to hack the security footage in the hotel, but the bad news is that since he no longer works for their boss, he is on his own if they come for him. Tony advised that he remains a low profile until every trace is cleared. Ogidi is also a deadly hitman with much experience in the game. He requested for all the CCTV footage of all that happened before and after the politician was assassinated. The truth is that if you kill by the sword, you die by the sword. That mission was supposed to be his last mission, but now he found himself hunted in the game. Just then, Oruror came in. She came to apologize about her outburst the last time. He also apologized and asked her to have a drink with him. He asked her about her mother's condition. Should we say that Oruror came to stick around him to get the money she wanted for her mother's surgery, rather than sleeping with random men? But something seems not right. Timini has been battling with nightmares of his past as a teenager, where he was forced to kill his parents by a hitman. He woke up with Oruror by his side. That fateful night he killed his parents was the night that made him who he has become today as a hitman, and he is set to take his revenge as his last target. Ogidi happens to be the man who forced the boy to kill his parents. Ogidi is his uncle who killed his parents for some reasons that we are about to find out. Before we continue, this is Highlight Movie Recap. This movie recap shows you a crime thriller film packed with action, drama with neo-noir, and romance Nollywood movies from 2023, titled Timini. Spoilers still ahead. He got the CCTV footage he requested for. He was able to identify the killer the moment he saw his nephew, whom he knows as Peter, when he was a child. and together with a woman close to him, they became his target. Ogidi had also wanted to kill Timini for betraying him when he left to join another cartel. Timini grew fond of the lady he picked up from the street a few nights ago, and as a matter of fact fell in love with her. Timini was checking through some documents when he found the pictures of his uncle whom he was going to kill. He remembered the good old days as a family and never thought his uncle could be this brutal. Days later, Timini heard her conversation on the phone with a male friend. Would you blame him if he doubted her loyalty with the perspective of how he picked her from the street? The truth is that you owe no one an explanation about your life because they were not there when it all started, so they can't figure out how your life will end. She angrily left the house while he also got a call from Tony to meet him. Oruror was also a target, but the good thing was that she left the house when Ogidi men came to his house. They killed the security man and went inside his house. He met with Tony to find out that he has been identified from the CCTV footage, which they didn't clean up the night he followed his target to the reception. He was identified by the man who was sent to kill him. Timini found out that his uncle was after his life. This was the opportunity he wanted. He went home to find his security man dead, and his house was ransacked. He couldn't find his girl, so he went to Lillian's house to check for her. Lillian also had an eye for him as a street girl. She was willing to offer him some good services, but she never knew what was coming. Timini was about to leave when he saw one of Ogidi's men. They already identified every possible hideout. He told her to go inside while he fixed up the mess. He killed the guy when he came in and hurriedly took Lillian out with him for her safety. At that time, Oruror was also identified and kidnapped to get his attention. Timini received a call from Ogidi after many years. It was going to be a long day for the men who wanted each other's life. Ogidi gave him his location to come find his woman when his nephew challenged him to a fight face-to-face. Timini had sophisticated weapons at his disposal as he got prepared for battle. He found his way into the uncompleted building and sighted his uncle. He was about to take his shot without wasting time, but he was spotted by one of Ogidi's men. He was taken inside to see the boss. His uncle was happy to see him. He remembered the good old days, and the reason he killed his father was because Timini's father was a journalist who was about to reveal the secrets of the cartel Ogidi worked for. And after much persuasion from Ogidi to his father to drop the idea on why he cannot win the battle, his father's stubbornness sent him to his early grave. But could that be the reason why Ogidi was wicked to have a child kill his parents? Ogidi had always had an eye on Timini as a smart kid and wanted him to join the cartel. So killing his father will make him stronger and brutal. Ogidi found his end by the little boy whom he loved and showed him the way until he betrayed him. This is the story of Timini.
Thanks for watching this movie recap. Please comment your thoughts and also like and share this video for more super amazing videos that we're bringing to you. And if you're watching from our YouTube channel, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on your notification for more. Thank you.